It's my pleasure on behalf of the Baptist Children's Village to have this opportunity to say thank you to every church in Mississippi, all of their members, the Association of Missions Directors, the Baptist Building, and particularly Dr. Futrell, for the support the Baptist Children's Village has received through the years, is receiving currently, and I know will continue to receive, as we come alongside each other to be able to care for God's children. Thank you for what you do for the Baptist Children's Village. It's also my pleasure this morning to make an introduction. In the spring of this year, I made it known to the Board of Trustees at the Baptist Children's Village that it was my time to retire. And a search committee was appointed, and their task was to find someone who was qualified to be the executive director of the Baptist Children's Village. And they did an excellent job. They brought back to the board a name of someone that was eminently qualified to be the executive director of the Baptist Children's Village. I've known Milner since he was a freshman at Mississippi College, and he showed a great deal of promise then and has fulfilled that promise. He graduated from Mississippi College. He later graduated from the Mississippi College School of Law. And unfortunately, in our day and time, it is good to have a degree in law when dealing with caring for children, because there are so many pressures coming from so many different directions. So Sean is eminently qualified from that preparation perspective. He's also qualified because he is well respected and well known throughout the state of Mississippi. He's been selected to serve on the Ethics Commission for the state of Mississippi. Mississippians think much of Sean Milner. He's also well respected in his hometown now of Clinton, Mississippi, because there in Clinton he has a thriving law practice, which came to an end just a couple of days ago as he's changing hats from being a successful attorney to coming to the Baptist Children's Village as executive director. He's also served on many boards. He's been the chairman of the board of a Christian school in Clinton. He's respected in his hometown. He also is a man who's respected in his home church. He's a member of the Morrison Heights Baptist Church, and he's been a Sunday school teacher there for over 20 years. Sean is qualified by the life that he's lived and the preparations he's made. But Sean has another quality that all of us who have come before him have not had. He has a perspective that we cannot have. Sean grew up at the Baptist Children's Village, and I'm thrilled that he has this backdrop on which to make judgments about what needs to happen for the children that God has placed before us and the children for which we care. Thank you for supporting him. I'm doing that in advance because you always have, and I know you will in the future. Please join me in recognizing the 11th Executive Director of the Baptist Children's Village and welcoming him here. Please join me in welcoming Sean Milner. Sean.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. I appreciate that. I'm kind of new around here. Yesterday was my first day on the job, and I got to come to the Mississippi Baptist Convention. It has been fantastic. I learned some things as I try to learn quickly. I walked around downstairs and I saw all of the booths, and I tried to take it all in, and one of the things that I learned that I should have already known, but I didn't. This convention, the Mississippi Baptist Convention, has its ministries that it has selected. We have colleges for Christian education. We have Christian Action Committee. We have the WMU. We have many booths down there that I hope you got to see. These are the things selected by this convention through obedience to God and said, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to minister in these ways. And then I get to our booth, the Baptist Children's Village, and it reminds me of a story of my mother. In 1965, my mother found herself alone on a park bench in Sacramento, California. She had 5 children with her. The youngest one was 5 days old. The oldest one was 6 years old. As we sat there, we waited on a father that was not coming back. She had no money, she had no shelter, and she had nowhere to go. And I think about that, and one of the important things to realize is that's not the end of that story, but more importantly, that's not the beginning of that story. That story starts 68 years earlier in 1890, when God came to this people, to this group of people, to this convention, the Mississippi Baptist Convention. And he said, there are children in need, there are families in crisis, there is sacrifice to be made. And it was this convention that said in the 1890s, yes, Lord, as he said, I want you to go get these children, and I want you to bring them to me, and I want you to introduce them to me. I want you to feed them, I want you to clothe them, and I want them to meet me. And this convention said, yes, Lord. For 120 years, this convention, almost 120 years, this convention has been bringing children to know Christ, has been going out and rescuing families in crisis. You have provided administration, you have provided counselors, you have provided social workers, you have provided all of these for over almost 120 years to hurting, lost children and families in the state of Mississippi. You have also provided another group of people. You have provided the people who work every day and spend time with them in the cottages, and who actually tell them the story of Jesus. A house parent at Gaddis Cottage on the Indian Under campus, then located in Jackson, Mississippi, shared that gospel message of Christ with me when I was 9 years old. Thank you to this convention that house parent was there. If you've never seen what the hands of God look like, if you've never seen what the feet of God look like, I want to show you what they look like this morning. For 40 years, Miss Kay West has served as a house parent at your Baptist Children's Village. For 40 years, she has given the example of Christ. She has shown Christ to your children. This morning, I want you to see what that looks like. Miss Kay West, would you stand up? This is what you support. You know, we have all been asked many times when the hard times hit and the crisis hit, well, where's God? Where's God? If God were all loving, if God were all powerful, then he would not let these park benches happen where mothers are abandoned with their children. Where's God? He's either not all loving or he's not all powerful. You've dealt with this too. Ask me where God is. I will tell you that God is at work through his people. He is at work through this convention. God sat on the bench with us in 1965. God sits on the bench with mothers and hurting families today. He will be there tomorrow. And this convention has, for almost 120 years, served and shown God to the world. That is our greatest claim. On behalf of all of my brothers and sisters who also grew up at the Baptist Children's Village, allow me the personal privilege to let you know that I am aware, and we all are aware, of the sacrifice of the work that you do. And if you would allow me simply to say to you, thank you. Thank you very much for caring enough, for speaking to your churches, for coming alongside those who you sent out to do that work, the house parents and the workers at the Baptist Children's Village. I want to thank you also in advance for the service that you will continue to do. Please understand that we are your ministry. We are your ministry. Pastors, please know we are there for you to call on. You know where those park benches are out there. You know who the families in crisis are. You know who needs to see God show up. Our phone number, 601-922-2242. It has been that since I came to your Baptist Children's Village at the age of 5. Call me, and let's let God show up and introduce him to lost children in the state of Mississippi. Thank you very much.